Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine. It's time to bring back the Halloween bow garland using our Halloween Fun collection. This was originally done for a Try It Tuesday based on a project by Indiana Jones. And here is the full project and the full video showing how to make a bow using our 12-inch decorative trimmer. I hope you enjoy seeing this technique and it gives you some ideas for your future layouts. If you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. Indiana Jones. She loves Halloween, and so I thought, why not pay homage to one of her fall Halloween garlands? And she did 4 of these, but with paper it's a little bit trickier, so I'm just going to do one, but it's going to be a fun one. So bear with me. We are going to need some yarn. I have this Hometown USA mustard colored that goes really nicely with our Halloween Full Moon Fun designer papers, and this is something that Creative Memories has brought back under a collection they call the Bringbacks. So Full Moon Fun is currently on our website, and it does have a sticker pack that comes with it that's really fun, and we'll see if we wind up using any of the stickers. I don't think for this project we will, but you never know. And I have a few ghosties that are punched out that I had left over from another project as well. So surprise, surprise, I might be using a few scraps. But I've picked out several pieces from this paper pack. And I'm going to show you how to make bows first, because we're going to make a series of paper bows and put them on to our yarn to create our garland. Indiana Jones used fabric strips. She did like 1-inch by 12-inch fabric strips, but you know, paper doesn't tie on quite that easily. So I thought, what can I do to make a fun garland? And I thought, let me do some bows. We're going to string them through on our yarn. I do have a set of super jumbo tapestry needles because they have a large eye in them, and this is a bulkier yarn that we're going to be using, and we're going to string through our bows to hang on to create our garland. For this project, we are going to be using our decorative trimmer to create our bows. And first things first, you are going to want to bring in your paper from the left side of the decorative trimmer. I've kind of created a couple of extra little marks on my trimmer to try to make it a little bit easier for you to see where I am going here. There's a 1-inch mark at the top, and you'll see a 1/2-inch mark from there. And that's where I am lining my paper up on the top, coming from the left at the 1.5-inch mark here. And first things first, we're just going to take a little bit off the edge of our paper. And that's going to be scratched. Next, you're going to turn your paper 180 degrees, and on the bottom, there's a number 3. And you're going to line up these top swells of your paper with the line that runs up from the 3, because there's a grid line, just like on our 12-inch trimmer, that runs up from that number 3. And you want to make sure you get it lined up nicely, which is what I'm trying to do here. But of course my paper keeps moving for some reason on me, and we need to keep it at the bottom edge. Here we go. Goodness gracious, that was a little tricky, but it's going to be worth it. So here you go. We've done our 2 cuts. We have our wave. We are using this wave blade. We do have this other blade on here, but that doesn't really help us for our bows, so we're using this one for our bows. And I'm going to just demonstrate this first one, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a whole bunch more. But in the meantime, I also need to cut, let's see, this orange looks like it'll go nicely with this. I need to cut a 1/2 inch piece on my 12-inch trimmer. So the 1/2 inch is on either side of our cutting lane, if you will. It's where the grid lines start on either side. So here's our 1/2 inch strip. We're going to turn it 90 degrees and we are going to cut at 2 inches. There we go. And I will make several of those later. Like I said, I just kind of want to demonstrate the first one, and then we will come back to you. I will come back to you. We are going to cut through the center of each end of this wave piece that we cut. We are going to bring it in. We're going to use our precision point adhesive to hold it in place. You can use your tape runner, but honestly, let's make sure this actually does stay put. So here we go. I'm just going to hold this in place just a little bit. Or you could also use your hot glue. I know a lot of y'all love your hot glue guns. Go for it. This is the kind of project that would work on as well. But I like the precision point adhesive. I can just put a little dot on there. I can bring my two pieces together. I can let it dry. It goes on blue and it dries clear. And it really holds strong. So this is now the back of our bow. So here's the front of our bow. And that's the back. And we are going to add our little strip going around, and I will go ahead and use the side with the stars. I'm going to put another little piece of glue on the back of my piece here. Almost looks like another polka dot, which matches the pattern a bit, but I'm just going to go from the top here, and when I go around, you'll notice that your piece is a little bit big, and that is on purpose because we need to have a loop for our yarn to go through coming up, and you don't want to have your part glued down that you need your yarn to run through. So hence the reason we are leaving a little piece wide enough for our yarn to get through as well. So you want to fold it over and kind of run it around. You want your points, it'll basically meet up here, but you can see where I can get both of my fingers in as well. There's this nice little loop that we will be able to run our yarn through, or if you want, you can even run your yarn through here as well. And if you want, you can also add on these extra pieces as well to add extra fluff to your bows. So I will go ahead and do that as well real quick for you. Just adding extra layers of the paper. Which way is out? Our polka dots are out on the side. I have to make sure I get the glue on the right side here. So we'll go ahead and piece these together. I've got a dot inside that I'm going to push down over here. And I've got another dot on the back side here. And I'm just going to angle our piece here. And you can see where it gives us an extra little loop, and I didn't hold it in place long enough, so of course it didn't stick down for me. So you do need to hold on to it for just a minute or so, just to allow the glue to set. There we go. And then I will go ahead and put a little piece here and a little piece here. Oops. There we go, to stick that down as well, to add to our other side. Goodness, I'm starting to glue my fingers a little bit, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Of doing all these fun paper crafts. It's getting a little bit of glue. Here we go. So we have our extra bow here, and then we also can take our 1/2 inch strip here, and we're going to create little tails for our bow as well. Let me give these just another second here to set up. Yep. Okay. So we can do this on our trimmer as well, and actually I am going to cut a bunch of 2-inch pieces on my trimmer coming up, but for ease of just being quick here, I'm going to cut a couple of 2-inch strips using my 13 by 13 cutting mat and just my regular scissors here. You can see I didn't quite get the angle straight, but I'm okay with that because I am going to cut a little banner piece out of this and a little banner piece out of the other one. Here we go, going up through the middle. I just put a little fold in the middle to make it easy to know where to cut up through to the middle here. And that's one end. Putting another fold in the center again. Here we go, cut up through the middle. And just go up with your scissors real quick and easy. Okay. So now I'm going to, do we think we want the stripe side showing? That might be cute. Let's do that. Otherwise, we could do the same with the stars, but that might be not show as well. So I'm going to put an extra, whoops, flip you back over, a little dot here on the top part because these two are going to overlap and layer a bit. There we go. And then we need another dot here to stick it to the back of our bow. And voila. There we go. Our bow is complete. We need to give the ribbons just a little bit of time to dry, but otherwise we have a nice double bow to use on our garland, and we'll be stringing our yarn through it. I think it'll look nice once we get to that point. I'm going to do a few that are singles and a few that are doubles just so we have some interest. And we'll be back with you once these are done. I am back and I've cut about 3.5 feet of my mustard yarn. I've tied a little bow on the end just because we're doing bows, why not? And I finished making all of my bows using some of the different papers from the Full Moon Fun. Oops, that one's upside down. And we're going to place these on our yarn. I was originally going to take a needle and run it through, and then I couldn't figure out the best way to do it. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to take and use our glue pen again. We're going to put some glue on the back. We are going to try to glue these every 4 inches or so and string it up kind of like a garland, which is what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to start out by putting some glue on. Let's see. Hang on, let's see what we have here. We have some doubles, we have some singles. Let's figure out an order real quick so that way we don't have all of our doubles together and all of our singles together, I guess. What looks like it's mixed up well. Maybe start with black and white, polka dots. We can put this one over here. And okay, that looks reasonably random, doesn't it? We're going to give it a try anyways. And I did, when I was cutting my little bows at the bottom of my bows, I did cut some just at an angle and then some kind of more in a banner shape. So the banner shape I think is the one I demoed, and this one you just take your scissor and you just cut it at an angle. It really isn't that hard. If you would like me to demo it, leave me a comment and I will demo it in a future video. So I'm putting a pretty generous amount of glue on the back of our bow here. I'm gonna pinch up the yarn just a little bit here to create a spot to get into the glue. And there we go, that's our first one. I'm gonna place it in and move on to my next one here. So I've just finished up putting my 7th bow in. I was able to get another little bow on the end here. I think if I had 4 feet of yarn, that would have worked better, but you know what? I have a bow to use on another scrapbook layout or in one of my cards. This will not go to waste. And I'm gonna let the glue dry, and then I will show you the final products here at the end of the video. Here's Indy Annie Jones's Halloween garland. I will put a link to her video in the description box below. Here it is, our finished Halloween garland. I don't have a fireplace to put it on, so I am using this cabinet. You can see some of our double bows, some of our single bows, and all of them are holding strong. Looks great, like we're ready for Halloween.